I'm going to give everyone a minute to filter in. If you're joining us, please do say hi in the chat. And I want to welcome Brittney. Brittney, how's things in Pennsylvania?
Hi, Lily. Thank you so much for having me. We have a gorgeous spring day here, so there are no complaints.
I'm very jealous. Being located in Seattle, we are incredibly rainy and still dark outside, really.
Oh, no, I won't tell you about how much sunshine we have and make you jealous.
Oh, God, it sounds so nice. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Okay, I see a few people filtering in. Now that we've got a couple of people on, we'll go ahead and get started. Just some housekeeping. As we get warmed up here, I want to encourage everyone to put any questions you might have in the chat, as we will be putting together a Q&A document to send out following this webinar. Okay, so hi, my name is Lily Norton, and today we are going to dive into why it pays to manage your SMS contacts. And we're going to give you a good look at the strategies one branch of the YMCA is using to maximize engagement and personalization within its community. Well, if my slide, there we go. Technical difficulties. Before we get going, let's start with some introductions. As I mentioned, my name is Lily. I'm a copywriter on the marketing team here at Simple Texting. With me, I have Brittney Dennis, the Association Director of Direct Marketing for the YMCA of Bucks and Hunterdon counties. And we will hear more from Brittney in just a moment. But I want to dive into some details about what we're going to talk about today. We are going to focus in on why personalizing your text matters in the first place, and breaking through the noise to reach contacts that frequently seem unreachable. We're going to talk about how the YMCA engages with its members, and we're going to go over a few extra tools and tips we have to help you do the same. And make no mistake, personalization absolutely does matter. As you can see here, we have some statistics, including the fact that 77% of consumers choose brands that personalize. 72% of consumers interact only exclusively with personalized messages. 48% of people give their purchase history to receive personalized offers, and 88% of US marketers saw measurable improvements from personalization. So an actual impact there. What all these statistics add up to is that consumers not only like receiving personalized communications or services, they're actually much less likely to turn to brands who don't provide them. And with that, I want to turn things over to Brittney. Brittney, will you tell us about yourself?
Sure, absolutely. Again, thank you so much, Lily, for having me today. I'm very excited to share how YMCA of Bucks and Hunterdon counties is using Simple Texting. So as Lily said, I am our Association Director of Direct Marketing. So pretty much what that means is I oversee all of our direct channels of communication with our members. So our email campaigns, or mobile app, or surveys, or Google advertising, or digital signage. But most importantly, what brings me here today is our text message campaigns. So I actually had the opportunity and to go out on the hunt for a text messaging provider, which is what landed me with Simple Texting and brings me here today. So I'm very excited to speak a little bit more about how we are using the platform.
Amazing. Yeah, we were, so on a personal note, we were so excited to have you guys come on and join us once we figured out we we're going to be able to have you. Will you tell us a little bit more about the location, the people you serve, what's unique about
Absolutely. So YMCA, we actually started as YMCA of Bucks County. Very exciting. In April of 2022, so literally just a few days ago, we actually merged with Hunterdon County YMCA in New Jersey. So we now currently have, we serve Pennsylvania and New Jersey, so that's super exciting for our association. YMCA of Bucks and Hunterdon counties as a total has been serving our community for over 100 years. And what was exciting is in January 2019, we merged 3 different Ys in Bucks County to form that YMCA of Bucks County. And then in, like I said, April 2022, merging with Hunterdon County YMCA. So we have 7 membership branches, 8 summer camp locations, 7 child care centers. So we are poised to serve communities in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey in the areas of youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. So we've got, a lot of exciting stuff happening right now.
That is so many things.
It is. And I mean, and it's great. So as you can see on the screen here, we are more than just your swim and gym. We are that area where we are about relationships. So as you can see here, we have, the family here. It's just all about creating and fostering those relationships.
Absolutely. And that is honestly why we wanted to connect with you guys when we found out we were doing a webinar about contact management, because nobody knows better than you. But as an organization with, like we said, a huge network of contacts, this branch of the Y obviously has a few unique challenges when it comes to communicating with members. Brittney, would you walk us through those and some of the things you were thinking about as you got started with texting?
Sure, absolutely. So we frequently launch surveys to our members because we want to know, are there areas that we can, expand on? Is there something that we can change? Is there a way that we can better serve our membership? And one thing that we had frequently heard was, for example, with summer camp. So we launch a weekly survey. The one thing that we heard was we want to be able to have an update sent directly to our cell phone. I don't want to have to check my email inbox. I don't want to have to check your website. I don't want to have to check social media. Just send me a text message. So that was something that it seemed to be a trend. We continually kept hearing with camp. So that kind of is what sparked the need for, okay, how can we serve this population of our camp families? And then more so, how can we take what we do with our camp families and then put that on a broader scale? How can we help our membership base? How can we communicate not only, facility closures? How can we communicate a group exercise class change, a youth program change, if our pool's close to a thunderstorm in the area? So really that's what led us to text messaging, because what we found is people are more geared and more apt to, if you're sending that message directly to their cell phone, they're going to not miss what you send them. So that's really what led us to SimpleTexting, was just the convenience of the platform and then being able to meet that need.
And that, yeah, that is one of the things we honestly love about texting is obviously it's nice if you're a retailer, you're sending out promotions, yada yada. That's super nice. We love that. It's important. But you guys are sending out, I would call them life-saving
Yes.
messages about closures, emergencies. Obviously, parents want to stay connected when it's their child who's headed to camp. So we think that stuff is absolutely crucial. Just to go back over what Brittney just talked about, obviously the top priorities here, managing a massive contact network with a lot of diverse interests and things they engage with and programs and needs, sending relevant messages to those members so that we don't have people opting out because they're getting overly generalized communications. And also, and this is a priority we find for most people, keeping an organized SimpleTexting account, especially the more contacts you have, that gets just more and more important. We want to talk about 3 main steps we want to go over that will help you gather the information you need from your contacts and put it to good use. Step 1 is custom fields. These are just fields of information you'll create to collect specific pieces of data from your contacts on down the line. Brittney, will you talk to us about how the Y uses custom fields?
Sure, absolutely. So what we do is we use it for multiple things. So for our camp updates, we'll use custom fields geared towards what week of camp that the family registered for. And also, in addition, we'll do the location. And then also for any of our branch alerts, so facility closure, the group exercise that I had mentioned, any of those changes, we also have custom fields for that. That way we can really segment how we want to touch base with these audiences, because when you're texting a family, you don't want to do a blanket statement like you had said, Lily. You really want to make sure that if somebody is opting in, you want to have that nice relationship with that person where you're not sending them, for example, if they opted into Doylestown, they didn't need communication for Fairless Hills. You want to make sure that you're just giving them what they want to see and not a blanket statement for all of our branches and for all of our program offerings, because then you don't have that good texting relationship and that's where they'll opt out. So we do those custom fields for the facilities, for the group exercise, and then we also break it down by the branch and then also by our childcare locations.
Yeah, absolutely. And that I know that probably important for your reputation as a part of the community, part of the family. Like you said, it's a relationship.
Absolutely.
And so once you have your custom fields, you move on to data collection. I know this is just a general thing we really wanted to mention for everybody. We feel like data collection is really essential for getting to know your contacts and personalizing your messages. You'll set up a data collection series on your keywords so that it sends to anyone who texts in that specific keyword. And this just gives you lots of flexibility, lots of customization options. You can collect whatever information is going to be important for you to get from your contacts. If you're a skincare brand, you might ask people what their skin type is so you can give them the right products, just as an example. And we have a super quick demo here just so you can see what the process of creating that data collection series and inputting those fields is like on the actual SimpleTexting platform. We've made it super quick, super easy. Yeah. And finally, segments. So once you've created your custom fields and you've collected your information, you use that information to send personalized messages, as Brittney talked about, to segments or groups of contacts who have something in common. I know we touched on this a little bit, Brittney, but will you talk to us about segments?
Absolutely. What's great about this segment is it allows, for example, our camp team to go in, and if we have thunderstorms in the area, we will change our camp pickup location. So it allows them to go right in and just pick the week that a camp family registered for. This way, if you have a camper who's registered for week 9 and it's currently week 1, you don't need to go ahead and send them that message. So our camp administration, they're really able to craft that message specific for those week 1 families. And the use of the segments allows us to be able to do that. And again, it goes back to nurturing that relationship where we're making sure that we're sending those specific communication to those who need that message for that week. So segments, we rely heavily on that. And again, we create the segments based upon those custom fields that I had mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so obviously we talk about tools, we talk about how we use them, but we want to focus in now on the impact that all these tools and strategies have had. We speak on that a little bit, Brittney?
Absolutely. So it's been going phenomenally. So last summer was the first summer that we actually launched text messaging to this amazing broad scale that we've done through SimpleTexting, and the feedback that we received was phenomenal. So like I had mentioned earlier, we do launch weekly camp surveys, and we have here on the screen like 2 quotes that came directly out of that, just how parents absolutely loved this resource. And we actually include a questionnaire on how families feel that the communication was. And 86% of our families agreed and strongly agreed that they received enough information. And we truly believe that that's because we introduced that texting ability. And then even coming into the summer, we've been launching text campaigns to our families. When registration opened, we went ahead and we sent an example of our summer camp brochure cover to the families who were registered for last year. And it's really just that nice added touch that as a parent, it makes all the difference in the world. So being able to do that and then also see this data and this feedback come back, it really validated our decision to move forward with going ahead and doing texting for our families.
Yeah. On a personal note, one of the things I like best about my work with SimpleTexting is being able to hear that this is working for people. Simply, that this is working for real people running real businesses and real nonprofits in the real world. That is something I really love to hear. And I know you guys have got some exciting developments in the works. So would you talk to us a little bit about what's next for the Y?
Absolutely. So earlier I had mentioned that we merged with a YMCA in New Jersey, Hunterdon County YMCA. So we are now underway and working on bringing their membership base into receiving facility updates. So we're working on trying to start promotion to have their members opt in for communication. So this way they can receive facility updates, the group exercise changes, any pool closures, anything related to youth programming changes. And then we're also bringing their camp team on as well. So this way, what we have done on the Buck side of sending these weekly camp text messages for any of the weather related changes, any important reminders, like if it's a dress up day. So they'll be brought on for that as well. And then once we get that underway, also on the horizon is using this as a staff recruitment tool. So utilizing the keyword feature. That way, when we're promoting any type of upcoming job, we can just say text this word to our number, and what we'll then do is they'll receive an automated text back that actually links directly to our job opening. So we're very excited for that, especially in this current demographic that we're in right now. And then after that will be membership recruitment.
That's so exciting. I I love hearing about how you guys are ready to expand and sort of branch out with your SMS efforts in kind of a new community. So congratulations on.
Oh, thank you so much. It's something that started out so small, and now it's very exciting to see it go very large, and see just how many thousands of lives we can impact and communicate with through this.
Oh, that's so wonderful. That does me good. Yeah, so now I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about some of the tools that you all in the audience can take in using your own contact management strategy. Because obviously we've talked about how important it is to send personalized text to your contacts, but it's also necessary to keep your contacts organized within your Simple Texting account. And we have a few tricks to help you do just that. It's really important to us that we make contact management easy from step one, which is why you can see here our import processes are so simple as are our export processes, in the way that you add and download contacts or contact lists. Now that went by pretty fast, so I'm going to play it again. You have the option of importing a spreadsheet file, which is what you're seeing here with your contacts. You want to be sure to map your header row so you can easily make custom fields later, or you can manually add contacts yourself. If you're just adding a few or some individuals. You can also, that's enough of that, I think. You can also manage multiple contacts or lists at once with our bulk actions. As you can see here, you can merge, delete, or export as many lists as you like with just a couple of clicks. We never want to make that process tedious or difficult for you. And finally, we know it's tough to keep your contacts and conversations straight if you've got a lot of them. That's why we include each contact's information in the sidebar of your one-on-one conversations in the inbox. So here you can easily and quickly find details like the contact's name, number, email, birthday, any custom fields that apply to them, which list they're a part of, and any notes you or your team members have added that pertain to that contact, so you have that information on hand. We have gone over how crucial personalization is, but a part of personalizing that we didn't mention means avoiding getting your conversations crossed. Obviously, nobody wants to be called by the wrong name or sent the wrong text, and this is just an easy way that you can avoid that. So now that you are an expert on managing your contacts, managing your Simple Texting account, personalizing your messages, we honestly can't wait to see what you'll create with these tools and strategies that we've given you. And so to that end, we invite you to try us out for 14 days, totally free. And as always, please reach out to us if you have any questions or want some help getting started. Our support team is there for you. And finally, keep an eye on your inbox as we will be sending out that Q&A document that I teased earlier really soon. Brittney, I want to thank you again so much for being with us today. We've had such a great time talking to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Lily. It's been my pleasure.
And I want to thank everybody that joined us for watching. We can't wait to talk to you soon as well.